Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or how we say in French, salut tout le monde et bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Today I will be teaching you my 5 best tips to learn French and to be able to maintain a conversation with French speaking people.
It's hard to say French speaking people.
First, if you're new here, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Emma. I upload a video on French culture every Monday and a more lifestyle video every Friday. If you want to see more of that, you can subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. And now let's get into today's topic. So my first advice will be just don't stick to your French book, you know, it's a book you have at school. Yes, this book is good to have your basic, like grammar or verb tense, but with only this book you won't be able to maintain a conversation, like you won't practice conversation with your book, you won't speak to your book. So you cannot only stick to this book, you have to find other way to learn French, like to complete your learning, and that will be all my other tips. Tips number 2 is to watch kids show and reality TV. I know it sounds weird to watch kids show, but think about it. For example, if you have Disney Plus and you watch all your favorite Disney movie, you already know the story of this movie, you already know the dialogue. They will speak slowly because people always speak slower in kids movie, so it will be really easy to learn. You will be able to only focus on the vocabulary because you already know the story, to really focus on the pronunciation because people pronounce better in kids movie than in normal movie. So yeah, kids movie is really the best way to go to have a good pronunciation, some easy vocabulary, not too fast French, and also who don't like to watch again your favorite princess movie. Like my favorite princess movie is Snow White and I can watch it 100 times a year, so I will never be bored of it. So watch it, but in French this time. Also, you can watch a reality TV show. It's perfect if you want to learn some French slang. I also did a video on French slang that you will find here or here. I don't know which side it is, but you can check that video out. But yeah, reality TV is perfect for slang and for expression that young people use. My third advice will be read newspapers instead of book. If you like to read book in French, please continue. Don't stop because I say it's better to read newspaper. Just maybe add the newspaper. But this point is if you have to force yourself to read, you know, you don't really want to read, so you have to force yourself. Choose newspaper instead of books because newspaper will have vocabulary of current topics, so this vocabulary will be more useful like right now. And a lot of famous French books are quite old, so they use old French that we don't even use anymore and that even we struggle to read. So newspaper will be easier to read than some classic French like Racine. I don't know if you know this author, but it is really known and it is really hard to read. So yeah, newspaper to have current vocabulary and easier vocabulary than old books. But just for the newspaper, don't choose the harder one, like for example Le Monde is the equivalent of the New York Times. If you read the New York Times, you will see it's quite a difficult level of English, not the basic level. So don't read like the Monde, which is really hard to read, and read other one that I will link down below, like the easy newspaper in French. Number 4 will be find a conversation buddy, someone with who you can practice English, speak English. So your conversation buddy can be a French person that you met on the internet, for example. It can be a friend of you that also want to speak French. It doesn't matter who it is, just someone with who you are comfortable to speak French, comfortable to mistake. Also, this person needs to speak a decent French to be able to correct some of your mistakes. But really, a conversation buddy is the way to go because you will practice, and language is like everything, is like music, it's like sport. To be good, you have to practice every day more and more and more. And it's really nice to have a conversation buddy. I prefer to practice my English speaking with friends about, I don't know, my lover or something like that, than in class where you have everyone staring at you. Like with your conversation buddy, you're just the two of us, he won't judge you, or at least choose one that won't judge you, please. So yeah, you will be more comfortable with a buddy than in your classroom, I think. So choose a conversation buddy. Even I can be your conversation buddy if you want. Who can speak French in the comment section, like exchange in French. It can be really nice if you want to learn like that. My last advice will be don't stress too much about it. French is a really difficult language to learn. Even we, French people, do a lot of mistakes, like grammar mistakes or verb tense mistakes, because it's really hard. It's really hard. There is so much exception, and then we have exception to the exception, and then we have exception to the exception to the exception. Like French is a headache. It's terrible. It's the worst language ever. So don't stress about it. If you do a mistake, that's okay. You won't be bilingual at the first try, but at least you try and you can grow your French little by little, step by step. There is this phrase that I love which say, You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to become great. And that's quite true. Like, start, you will do mistake at the beginning, of course, but even I still do mistake in French and in English, by the way. If you watch my video, you will see a lot of English mistakes. Sometimes I'm not using the good tense or the good verb or the good word or even the good conjunction, but at least like you understand me, I think we are good. So that's the same in French. You can do mistake, we don't care. So really don't stress about it. Try it, try to learn it. French is a journey, a long journey, so start it and we will do it together, don't worry. Hey, it's Ma from the future. I just realized I haven't spoke about application like Duolingo or Babbel. Duolingo is free and Babbel is you have to pay, I think, but these applications are really nice to learn some vocabulary or things like that. So yeah, you can check that out, but of course you won't be able to practice like your writing, or you won't really be able to practice your reading also, or to speak with people. It's just to learn more vocabulary, and if you choose free application, it's pretty nice to learn vocabulary for free, you know. So yeah, you should really check those apps. I think both are on Apple and Android. Not sure about that, but I really think. I'm not sponsored on everything, by the way, it's just tips that I wanted to add. And now I'm going back to editing this video and leaving you with this video. Bye! By the way, I didn't say it, but these tips are good to learn any language. So if you want to learn French, it's good, but if you want to learn Spanish, German, Russian, Chinese, I don't know what, use these tips too. They are really useful. Like, I use them to learn English and I think I'm decent, not the best, not the worst, you know. We already spoke about that in a precedent video that I will link here, or I don't know which side it is, but it will be here. And that's all for today's video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, you can leave them down below in the comments. If you want to see more of this little face, you can subscribe to my channel. I upload a video on French culture every Monday and a more lifestyle video every Friday. And that's all for me. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video. Bye!